There's a deer on this episode of Will Two Wheels Wildlife. Oh my God, that one's running out on the road. Dude, look how fast he's running. He's just like, I'm about to go back home and enjoy me 2 cooked eggs, and I got a scratch. Yo, what is going on, guys? Will Two Wheels here, and this morning I have a video, or whenever you're watching, I got a video, just a quick little video about a question that my friend asked me the other day. He's like, hey, you know, I've been watching your videos, and for the longest time I've wanted to ride motorcycles, and I really think I want to do it. You know, I like the stories, and I like what I hear, and I'm just so fascinated with motorcycles. How do I get into riding? And luckily, I mean, it's good to have a friend that rides motorcycles already, but it's not needed at all. I promise you. I didn't have a friend that rode motorcycles when I first got into it, and I'm telling you, you do not need a friend that needs to know motorcycles. You don't need to have somebody with a motorcycle. You don't need any of that. And I promise you that if you get into it, you will love it. Some people get into it and they don't like it. They realize it's not for them. Cool. But even those people, the little fun that they did have, or the little rides that they did have, they had fun, I promise you. There's nothing to be scared or nervous about or anything. If you want to ride, I'm going to give you some steps on how you can, get started. Every state or city or whatever has a MSF course or some type of MSF program. And it's the Motorcycle Safety Foundation. And what you want to do, if you really want to get into riding, look it up. Look up MSF courses in my area or whatever. It's usually about $100, $200, and I know it sounds pricey, but I promise you it's worth it. They're going to sit in the class for 8 hours, and I know it sounds boring at first. It takes about 2 days. It's about 20 hours of information. You're going to sit down in a class. I know I'm riding in low gears, but I don't want to wake these people up. It's like 6 a.m., but you're going to sit in a class and learn for 8 hours about different stuff. This dog's just out. He's like, hey, I'm out taking a dog ride. No one wanted to walk me, so I just walked out the house. What is he doing? I want to figure out what this dog's doing. Because he, straight up didn't look stray. He didn't look like he was lost. He was just like, I'm just out for my morning walk. Not bothering anybody. Now he's going to be like, this motorcycle guy is bothering me. I'm going to bite him. Anyways, he's just out for a walk. He's just like, I'm about to go back home and enjoy me 2 cooked eggs, and I got a scratch. That is awesome, dude. If I let my dog out, he'd disappear. Anyways, as I was saying, if you want to get into riding, it's not hard, okay? All you have to do, look up the MSF course and go with it. I promise you. Even if you have, my friend's going to teach me. Yeah, okay, whatever. Take the MSF course. Not only just to learn how to ride, but you want the information that they're going to give you in the course, okay? They're going to teach you a lot of things you need to know about how to ride. They're going to teach you safety tips, what to look out for, how to be safe as a rider, how to keep other riders safe, and how to be aware of the drivers around you in vehicles, okay? They're going to teach you, not knowing anything about motorcycles, they will teach you from literally step 1 on how to start the motorcycle and everything. I didn't know anything about motorcycles. Well, I knew a little bit. I knew how to ride like dirt bikes, and I kind of understood that, but I didn't know anything about street bikes, and it's a big difference. So anyways, if you can, take that course. It's a little pricey, yeah, sure, but most courses like mine, at the end of my course, if I completed it, they give you a certificate, and you take that to the DMV, and they give you your motorcycle license, which honestly, paying the $200 is more worth I'm gonna go this way, is more worth going to the DMV and taking that horrible test, because their test is a lot harder, especially if you don't know how to ride. So just go and take the course through the MSF and it'll be worth it, trust me. Go and do that and it'll be worth it. I promise you, you'll enjoy it. Now, once you've took your course and you kind of got a little bit of riding, or you kind of understand, go out. If you don't have a friend that has a motorcycle or something like that, go out and buy you a motorcycle. Get on Craigslist. Don't go to a dealership and buy you a 2018 or 2019 or 2020, whenever you're watching this, 2025, if YouTube's still around, or the world in general. Anyways, if you're watching it, don't go out and buy you a 2025 Nissan or Nissan Ninja 250. You know, that's not gonna work for you, okay? And yeah, I mean, it'll work for you. It'll be a fine bike. But what I'm gonna tell you is that you're gonna invest all this money, $5,000, into a 250 when you could have invested 1,500 or 1,000 or 2,000 and been fine. And here's the reason why I tell you not to buy a brand new bike. You're going to drop the motorcycle. You're going to go down or drop it somewhere or something like that. And you're going to be hurt because your brand new 2025 Ninja 250 special edition Ninja blah 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 is going to be crushed or it's going to have a fairing cracked, and you just spent $6,000 on a you know, a weed eater. I'm riding in super low gears and I don't feel comfortable, but I don't know how this mic setup's going to work, and I'm enjoying the view, to be honest. Anyway, what the f***? Oh my god, I hope they don't rob me. Oh my god, that one's running out on the road. Dude, look how fast he's running. Dude, and he was like, come on, let's go. That's funny. Anyways, if you're going to buy for sale by owner, it's an empty plot of land. If you're going to buy a motorcycle, get on Craigslist and look up motorcycles. Whether you buy, if you already have an idea of what you want to buy, 250, 300, 400, 500, 650, whatever, get on Craigslist and buy a used one. You don't need a brand new bike. If you do it, whatever, it's going to ride the same, okay? I'm going to the same area that I was just in, literally. Anyways, go out and buy that bike. Buy you a used bike. Here's the bike that I'm going to recommend to new riders, especially even in a lower weight class, and if you're 4 foot and, you know, 200 pounds, or Jesus Christ, 4 foot and 200 pounds, listen to me. If you're 4 foot and 80 pounds or something like that, I'll even recommend this bike to you, to be honest. And at first I would say, if you're smaller, go ahead and get a 250 or a 300. There's a deer on this episode of Will to Will's Wildlife. Hey deer, you want to race? He took off. Watch him come back and be like, cram, I won. I've never been over here. That is nice. What is that? Oh, I guess it's just a lake. Oh no, it is not. That's like a separate, what in the world? If you're gonna go get a bike, that is beautiful. Even just that little area right there, like, I never take time to enjoy this stuff like this. You know, if you've ever watched Zombieland, one of the rules, I'll put it right here. Okay. One of the rules is enjoy the little things. I love that movie. Favorite movie. One of them, at least. Anyways, he says in that scene, enjoy the little things. And you got to enjoy the little things, even though this is a big lake. And that's a really big lake. This is a little lake. You got to enjoy the little things. Just like a little bike, you got to enjoy a little bike before you get a 600 or 1,000 or a Hayabusa or something like that. If you're going to go out and buy a bike and learn how to ride, at first I would say if you're smaller, go get a 250. But I'm going to go ahead and say it. The bike that I started out on was a Ninja 500, a 2008 Ninja 500, black in color. They stopped making the Ninja 500 in 2009, the next year. So the 2009 Ninja 500 is the last year that you can buy it, but there's tons of years. Now, The reason why I recommend this bike is that it is moderately slower. Not super slow, but it's slower than a 600. Obviously, it's a 100cc difference, but it sounds like, oh, it's just 100 cc's. If I'm gonna get a 500, might as well get a 600. No, not at all true. The 500 is thin, it's slimmer, it's lightweight, it's not as heavy as a 600 is, and it's a lot more forgiving than a 600 is. The throttle response isn't as quick, which I know people say, oh, I want to go fast. You don't need to worry about going fast. The throttle response on a 500 it's there, but it's not there at the same time. Like, it's more like you can get on it and go, but it takes a little longer to get there than compared to a 600. It's one of the big things I would say. They're a lot more forgiving in engine braking, because if you're on a 600 and if you're sitting at 12,000 RPMs and you drop a gear or 2 gears and you don't know what you're doing, you're going to go over the handlebars. On a 500, you're probably not going to be in 12 or 14,000 RPMs. Even on a 600, you're probably not, unless you're, trying to race or something. But 500 is going to be a little more forgiving. Not super forgiving compared to a 250, because a 250, you're not going to be, I don't even think 250s have that many RPMs. Not hating on 250s or nothing, but I'm going to get going, because this is kind of getting boring. If you have the opportunity, get a 500. I don't want to disturb these guys fishing. Oh Lord. Even with a riding instructor, he told me, he's like, what kind of bike do you want to get? I was like, probably a 300 or something. He's like, get a 500. And the reason why he told me, and the same reason why I'm suggesting it to you, is that I got used to the bike. Not used to it, but I kind of learned how to ride. And after a month or so, I wanted to, go on rides and stuff. And I'm not saying that you should be ready and you should automatically go 2 months into riding on a ride, because a ride is a big step. There's another deer. Oh my, there's 2. Wait, I'm gonna stop. Don't take off. No, I want to race you. Man. There's another one. There's 3 of them. Oh my God. I would almost stop and sit on this road, but I don't want to want one to come out and be like, remember me? But as I was saying, you're not going to get bored of it quick. And what's down here? You're not going to get bored of it quick. Once you start learning how to ride, you're gonna want to like go on rides and go faster. And I'm not saying you should be super fast, but my Ninja 500, I think, done like 120 something. I never seen that, I don't believe, but I didn't get bored of it. I had that bike for a little while, a decent amount of time, and I know if I would have went off and got a 300, I would have sold it like a couple weeks later. So if you have the opportunity, now I feel like I'm gonna get eaten by a bear, even though there's not, there shouldn't be any bears. This isn't like, if I go about 3 hours east, then maybe, but there shouldn't be no bears. I may get like fucking tackled by a deer or something, but anyways, I keep losing train of thought. I'm sorry, guys. I've never come back here, and I need to start riding back here more because it is so peaceful. Oh, this is the swimming area. Guys, they got like a swimming pool down here. Or like, not swimming pool, you can swim in the lake. Day use fees. I'm not paying anything. Anyways, you're not going to get bored of a 500. You're not. I mean, eventually you will, and you'll want something that looks a lot cooler and sounds better. And the 500 doesn't even sound that bad. It's still loud, and a lot of people just want loud. But the 500 has that raspy kind of sound to it. You know, it's not like a sports bike. It's not like, you know, there. So if you can, get a 500. I totally recommend it. Other than that, guys, that's about the easiest way that I can recommend getting into riding. I'm probably going to make this a series on, like, you know, tips to becoming a rider, or if people, because I'm pretty sure people are going to want a moto vlog. You know, that's what they see. Oh, I want a moto vlog. Well, here's another tip. Don't get a bike and buy a GoPro in the same paycheck. Don't do that. You don't need to focus on a GoPro or talking. You need to, oh God, that scared the shit out of me. Oh my God, dude. Fucking squirrel. He's probably in the trees like it. Anyways. Damn, as I was just saying, focus on the road and not on talking. Perfect, prime example right there. You don't need to be worried about talking. Honestly, if there would have been a new rider riding right now and talking, could have easily jammed in the brake and went straight over the handlebars. You got to learn how to ride before you need to talk and record. And I mean, I just made a prime example of that. If you're a new rider, you would have just up. Guaranteed, you would have just done something wrong. You. He's like, what did I do? I didn't do anything. Anyways, guys. Oh shit, he's calling all of his bird friends. Get the guy on the blue motorcycle. Hey, I say, get the guy, get him, mate. Oh my God. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This was a lot more, you know, fun than I expected. So I hope you enjoy. Subscribe, leave a like. I know it was longer, definitely longer than it should have been. Leave a like, subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends, share the video, especially if you're trying to get them into riding. And we'll see you guys in the next video. If you have any video ideas or any questions or concerns, leave them in the comments, and I promise you I will answer them. Now, if you're watching this and you look up at my subscriber count and somehow I blew up and I have like 4 million subscribers, which is hard to believe and probably will never happen. But if that happens, I may not be able to get to your question, but I will try. Now, I know I'm dreaming, but yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see y'all in the next one.